Look at the Club of Budapest meeting of December 2014. There was enthusiasm from a very interdisciplinary mixed assemblage, including individuals who embraced and celebrated the social media revolution and the unconventional love revolution that is not just a phrase but movement that's manifested by such individuals as Madame Ridanandamayi Devi, or Amma as she's commonly known, and in the noble tradition of Mahavira, Saint Francis, Gandhi, and many others. I joyously admit that just within the United States there are over 20,000 animal rights organizations. This would have been unthinkable when Henry Spear first came up with the anti-vivisection arguments in the late 19th century, or when in the early 1800s Lord Thomas Erskine forcibly took some of his colleagues in Parliament by the collar to wake them up, leading them outside and pointing his finger at the abuse being meted out to horses just outside the gates of Parliament. They were shocked, as if they had never seen it before. Because Erskine was able to break through to them, one of the first animal protection pieces of legislation in England was passed. He shook them out of their stupor, their confirmation biases and complacency that they had adhered to in terms of simply not ever really seeing before, despite having probably seen such abused animals every day of their lives on the streets of London. Sometimes people need someone to wake them up with the "hey, wait a minute. For instance, don't you know there's a stop sign there? Or didn't you notice that your wife is crying? Didn't you see that your children are hungry? I recognize that people are vulnerable to change, in the best sense. And that when change happens it can be permanent.
It can become permanent very fast.
Very fast. Equally fast, we know that the weather can change. And the anomalies are now the new norm and most people realize it.
We are in a race.
We are. It is James Dean in the game of chicken and rebel without a cause. Do we stop before the cliff? That's the question. We have the ability to put on the brakes, we just have to do it. To be or not to be comes down to behave or not to behave appropriately to the needs of the time.
We have to find the way forward. Yes, and we have to have the humility to turn around, and to embrace the wisdom of our ancestors in many regards, and to recognize the disappearance of indigenous people, languages, and perceptions. This is why, if you were to ask me what is my aspiration, my contribution, I would say to help people to recognize the wisdom of our ancestors, notwithstanding the now obsolete ways in which they have expressed it. Wisdom has to be credible, and credibility today comes from science. It comes from updating our thinking to what I call the new paradigm.
But the new paradigm has to be really new, and not just a new arrangement of the old paradigm pieces.
If that wisdom can reappear in the framework of reasoned deductions from a wide range of observations, people can say, aha, they recognize it. The wisdom of our ancestors was true wisdom, but we don't need it in the symbolic terms in which they were expressed at the time. We can re-express them in scientific terms, and that would give it that extra credibility that would make all the difference.
Yes, no question.
This is the way to make change. It is to realize that we have valid instincts, and they are not just imagination but deeply encoded in us and in the universe. If we reach this recognition, we could have a chain reaction among young people whose world this will be. They would recognize that this is a different world and we are different beings from what we had thought. We all have to revise our idea of what is mind and what is matter in the universe and what is the interaction between them.
Yes, dear Irvin. You are right. We all have to revise our idea of what is mind and what is matter. But what about you personally? I hope it is the proper time, and it is my purpose with this series of my comments, to help you to reach the highest available today level of the new paradigm science. Let us discuss together, what is soul, body, and mind, the universal creativeness, matter, and spirit. What is our individual and global consciousness? And what is our, probable, future on Earth? If our new paradigm unified science describes the real evolution of our solar system, we are able to give also the cornerstones for the remaining time of all living organisms on our Earth. The life periods of all groups of organisms larger than our evolutionary civilization are given in the right column of this table below our cosmic clock. The end of the running life period of level 4 for our species Homo sapiens sapiens will come in 6,840 years. The end of the running life period of level 5 for our genus Homo sapiens sapiens will come in 158.1 thousand years. The end of the running life period of level 6 for our family Homo sapiens will come in 1.666 million years. The end of the running life period of level 7 for our order primates will come in 7.958 million years. The end of the running life period of level 8 for our solar system will come in 35.739 million years. The end of the running life period of level 9 for our cosmic hierarchy will come in 77.897 million years. To your point concerning the ancient wisdom, one further important discussion is necessary. We have to consider the following questions. Where did come the old wisdom to our ancestors from? Who were the ancestors we are speaking about? When have they lived on Earth? It is obvious that the old wisdom has found its way to us exclusively from such places of the Earth's surface, which were located, and are still today, far away from any seaside, like the Tibet Plateau, Caucasus region, Central Andes, or the outback in Australia. Why? Because all remaining civilizations, living preferably on the seasides of all oceans, have been erased in just few days, or even hours, from the Earth's surface, during the recent cosmic quantum jump of level 5, which culminated 4,720 years before Common Era. It was the regular cosmic event finishing the lasting for 164,878 years life period of the previous genus of the family Homo sapiens, the genus Homo sapiens neanderthalensis, and opening the life period of the present genus of this family, our own genus Homo sapiens sapiens. More details describing this terrible bottleneck in the evolution of human beings can be found in my previous series of YouTube videos under the common title Future on Friday English.